step into the shadows as Team Rocket and steal Pokemon from the iconic Pikachu to the majestic Dragonite. No Pokemon is out of our reach for our cause. We named our player James, no relation, and received our starter Pokemon in the Team Rocket hideout. I don't want Rattata. Let's see what they have.
Nope.
Looks like we forced, and I named him Rat. We then received Fly and met our Team Rocket colleague Ronnie, who will be our trusted ally. Ronnie got excited when he saw a little girl, and I had my first battle. After beating her, I stole her Pidgey and named it Birds. I then battled an old man and stole his Poliwag and named it Frogs. Remembering someone leaves an Eevee unattended, I went up Caledon Mansion to get my next Pokemon and called this one Dogs. With my team almost filled, we flew to Mount Moon where purple-haired Petrel had us on our first assignment to get rare fossils. After battling a few trainers, we all went underground and some grunt was excited for a moonstone and something about censored Pokemon.
Ooh.
Everyone was disappointed and went, but I knew this moonstone would come in handy. On our way looking for the fossils, I battled a young boy who had a Nidoran, so I stole it. I named him Rabbits, and that is why we got that moonstone, because he will become a Nidoking. We meet up soon with Ronnie and the scientist with the fossils. Ronnie was excited, so he ran off to brag while I stayed guard. What's the worst that could happen? Our battle will be legendary. After losing, Red takes the fossil and Ronnie comes back to punch the scientist out of range. Where are my goddamn fossils? After Petrol is being upset, we all get back to the hideout to report to Giovanni. Giovanni is pacing around talking about the Red's Charmeleon being a warfare Pokemon. While I smooch with the boss, Gym Leader Blaine comes in. Blaine has decided to quit making Porygons for Team Rocket, as the source code for Porygon is owned by Silphco. This is Team Rocket's largest revenue source. Blaine recommends Professor Oak help make us Porygons. Good guy Oak in this game is seen as a traitor by Giovanni, and his rage makes him never want to do business with Oak ever. Team Rocket's next ally is Bull, the guy who made the Pokemon storage system. There seems to be a lot of behind the scenes for the supposed good guys here. Before we can ask Bull to help us, I have to get rare items to bring him in our operation. Before we go to pick up the items, Ronnie tells us about the mission he is on, to steal a TM from a collector in Cerulean. Man, am I ready to do some burglarizing? Talk to you later. The other base with Bull's goods is under the daycare center. I guess this is how your Pokemon increase their level at the daycare. They put them through manual labor for Team Rocket. After getting the items, we head for Bull. We beat all the trainers on the bridge and en route to Bull. After giving the parcel, he agrees under the conditions also that we give rare Pokemon regardless if they were stolen or cloned, and any intel from Silphco. As a lowly grunt, I have to report this to Giovanni, but as I come back I face Blue. His team is nowhere as good as Red's, so I finished him quickly. After the battle, Rabbits evolved into Nidorino. Ronnie tells us about the TM he sold, but the cop showed up, so we ran. I evolved Rabbits with the Moonstone from Mount Moon into Nidoking. After going into the hideout under the daycare, Blue-haired Archer explains that even though the police were on the scene, Team Rocket's influence in the police department should help. But soon there's a news broadcast. On live TV, we discover that Ronnie was the idiot who tried to rob a girl nearby for no reason, and she identifies Team Rocket as a reason for the robbery of the TM collector. Because of this incident, Champion Lance has put a bounty on Team Rocket members. Everyone is upset with Ronnie, and Archer heads back to Giovanni to report on what happened and congratulates my hard work, and also that I trade steroids for Lieutenant Surge's smuggled Pokemon. As we're heading for Lieutenant Surge, we versed the girl with a Pikachu, and we stole it and named her Mouses. After our interaction with Lieutenant Surge, we headed to the SS Anne to take the smuggled Pokemon. While on the SS Anne, we see Lance and Steven Stone having an intense conversation. We discover that there was a war between Johto and Kanto. The former champion of Kanto resigned and gave power to Lance to rule over Kanto. The former champion is Professor Oak. Lance made it law that Professor Oak can't engage in a Pokemon battle. While looking for the smuggled crates, We battle the captain. As a prize, I steal his Skytron. Greenhead Proton uses wheezing to poison the captain and we offload the crates. At the base, I tell Giovanni all my great achievements in smuggling Pokemon and he promises me a promotion can be coming up. But I have another mission and that is to defeat Mr. Fuji in Lavender Town as he is stopping our supply of Cubone skulls. Demand for the skulls of a Pokemon's dead mother is what's keeping the lights on. I knew with this job done I could get that promotion. On our way to Lavender Town, birds evolve into Pidgeotto. In Lavender Town is a Lavender Tower where dead Pokemon are buried and Mr. Fuji will be there waiting for us. As I enter inside the tower, I find Blue crying as he is mourning the death of his Raticate that Red defeated in battle. We also learn that Professor Oak wasn't a good grandfather to Blue and always preferred Red. Before we ended our conversation, Blue started to open up to us and become our ally. While climbing the tower, rats evolved into Raticate, frogs into Poliwhirl, then Poliwrath, and I used the Firestone on dogs. Mr. Fuji had a good team, but we beat him with skill. After his defeat, he talks about Giovanni being important in the war and that he was part of the Mewtwo project. He also said in the lab was the catastrophe, which was an abomination that wreaked havoc.